Hello, viewers out there. Welcome to another interesting episode of Agribusiness Talk with Dr. Peter Daniel. Thank you for watching this video and thank you for watching other videos. If you've not watched other videos, I have interesting videos on cassava value chain, we have videos on rice value chain, we have video on agri insurance, we have a video on contract farming, and we have a video on pepper. We have a video on how you can secure finance for your agribusiness. So do well to watch this video, as all this episode will come together to help you make the right decision in investing in agribusiness in Nigeria and probably in your country. And you can invest in more than one of the enterprise or one of the value chain and make money from it. So in this episode, we'll be talking about investing or agribusiness of the palm oil or oil palm. So oil palm is the plant as it is, while palm oil is one of the byproducts. Well, palm oil and palm kernel oil, amongst other byproducts from oil palm tree. Now, we all know oil palm is a tree crop, belong to the family of palm. It's consumed by almost every nine tribe, people, and culture in Nigeria and even in the world. The market of oil palm in Nigeria is robust and it's consumed north, south, east, and west. We have the history of being a major producer of oil palm for some time, but over the past 10, 20, 25 years, we've turned to, instead of being a net exporter, to being a net importer of oil palm. The reason is that the industry has not grown over the years, and they are not. We've not seen new entrants into the value chain. Now, the weather in Nigeria and climate favors oil palm production as you move down south, even in the middle belt. There are oil palm plantation in Kaduna. Uh, Edo State is top in production of oil palm as it is currently. They have over 70,000 hectares dedicated to oil palm, with about $500 million uh, investment there, or a marked for investment there. We have over 200,000 hectares in Abia State to oil palm, still developing, not to the level where Edo is, still under development. There's oil palm uh, in the oil palm production also in Enugu, in Cross River. In almost all the southeast and southwestern belts, you can produce oil palm. It will grow well, the weather favors it, and uh, you can also process as well. Yeah. Now, in this video, I will talk to a little about the economics, the demand and supply. I'll talk a little about the value chains where you can come in if you decide to invest. I'll talk a little about some of the challenges and pitfalls when you want to invest. I'll talk a little about the source of finances you can tap into. Then I'll give you a quick action step you can take immediately if you want to invest or if you decide to invest in oil palm in Nigeria. This video is intended to woo you as an investor in the diaspora, both Nigerians and non-Nigerians, to come into Nigeria and invest and make money for yourself. The Nigeria is not the way it is being portrayed. We don't bite, and we are not that hostile. We're loving people, we're calm people, we are hardworking and intelligent people. At the moment, the government is doing its best to provide the enabling environment for business to thrive, and businesses are coming in and they are making their money. Challenges are there, yes, but are these challenges surmountable? Yes, it is. And if you come in to invest, I know that you are going to get every dollar you invest, you get it back. Starting from the economy, Depending on the statistics you look at, statistics show that uh, the demand or the consumption of oil palm hovers around 1 million to 3 million metric tons per annum. And our production over the years, over the past 7 years, hovers around 956,000 metric tons to 1.02 million metric tons per annum. Meanwhile, consumption has been over a million for the past 7 years, getting to as high as 3 million metric tons. In 2022, the government spent around $376 million to import palm oil, while the export was a little below $1 million. This shows a huge trade deficit and also shows that there's a huge demand and supply gap. It means that if we invest in the sector, the market is there. Even the statistics we even have shows that what we imported is just around 250,000 metric tons. It means the import is not even sufficient to service the local demand. Hence, among other factors, the reason for the high price, the surge in the price of oil palm, because there are too many people chasing the little uh, uh, product available. Nigeria today has a population of around 223 million people based on World Bank statistics. So it means the market is robust. Imagine selling, just taking 20% of the market, 10%, even 5% of the market. You do the math, you see that you are in a $1 billion economy already for yourself per annum, because it is required in almost every household and also has industrial uses. Aside home consumption, it's used in the cosmetic industry for industrial uses. So the market is there. So it's just for you to decide to invest. So the question is, what are the value chains? If I want to come into production. Production, if with 5 years financial, you can come to about 25% profitability in 5 years, 14 to 25%. We've plotted the mass and we know it works. Of course, because it's a tree crop, it takes a little above 3 to 4 years before it starts fruiting properly. So it does about 6 to 9 months in nursery. You transplant, then you wait for about 3 years, 3.5 years before you start harvesting, before you start producing the bunch. And once you start producing the bunch, it increases going forward. So the more the year, the more the bunches you get per tree. Now, while waiting, there are models around how you can intercrop, the right crop to put, how you can maximize the land, so that the land will also give you the operating costs you will need to run the farm. We have their models around how that can work and how you can plan and manage your farm to maintain profitability and reduce the negative for the first 3 years before you get into positive figures. So you can come into production. What other ways can you come? You can come into value addition, that is processing. You can process your palm oil into palm kernel oil, your oil, your fresh fruit bunch into palm kernel oil. You can process your fresh fruit bunch into palm oil for local production, for local consumption, and for export. The immediate export market include our neighboring countries in West Africa, Benin Republic, Ghana. They need the palm oil and the palm kernel oil once it's properly processed and packaged. So the other export destination in Asia and all, but that is the immediate one. And the local market is large, it's robust enough. The Lagos market is robust, Port Harcourt market is robust, Kano market and northern Nigeria is a huge market because oil palm don't do that so much, don't do well there because of the kind of climate there. So, but once you come from the middle belt down, you can do your oil palm. Edo State will give you good oil palm. Kogi State will give you good oil palm. Invest in Kogi. Kogi is a peaceful state and it's almost in the middle of the country, close to the seat of power, the federal capital territory. Now, processing, which I'm just talking about value addition. will entail that you invest in huge machinery, uh, purchase and all, but they are local processing, locally fabricated machines that you can use to start, depending on the tonnage you want to go into per day. Another area you can come in is to come in transportation, but just because of the peculiarity of the industry, the transportation may not really work if you want to transport the produce, but you can provide transportation services for the product, stay in the supply chain, and serve as a marketer. You can move these products from where it is in Edo State, or depending on the state where it is available, and take it far north or to the large market where it is needed, and even outside Nigeria to gain foreign effects. So you can come in. What other ways can you come in? You can innovatively work with fertilizer companies and develop a fertilizer mix that will serve well for oil palm. You can also work as a scientist if you can develop improved varieties that will shorten the wait period. At a time we're waiting 2 years to harvest cassava. Now you just need to wait 9 months, 6 to 9 months. So is there an innovative research that can be carried out, pioneered by a Nigerian in Nigeria or outside Nigeria, to reduce the wait period or the production period, and say instead of waiting 3.5 years or 3 years, it's just a year and your oil palm will start fruiting. You can get at least one fresh fruit bunch as an increase as it grows. Now for oil palm, talking about the scale of production, oil palm will not favor small scale. Investing in oil palm where you do just a little of 5 hectares, you will not hit that profitability you may want to hit. But it's a good place to come in and start. Oil palm is an enterprise where medium scale farmers and large scale farmers will benefit more. But if you come in as a small scale farmer, say 5 hectares devoted to oil palm, depending on your planting population, you can always, as you harvest, it can give you passive income. Because once you start harvesting in the third year, it becomes passive income. Once you harvest the bunch, you decide to process or you sell to processing plants. So are the ways you can come in at the scale of production. What are the challenges? The challenges in oil palm production is largely finance, because you need a lot of patience in it. But in the long run, you'll be better off. It's largely finance because it will be more of, can I wait this long to start harvesting? But if you are futuristic in your thinking, if you are futuristic and you're looking at legacy, you're looking at raising a company that will last, say, 100 years, then oil palm is the way to go. So in diaspora, you have worked, labored, and done your shift. You know how it is in the UK and the US. There's hardly enough money to go by. But after running shift for 15 years, you want to come to Nigeria and rest. So why not invest in oil palm production? So that when you come, it will be of management. You will now be giving management directive. So you don't need to work again, because after 3 years, imagine having 100 hectares for oil palm on the field. Established plants, established stands. And after you return, you now begin to harvest and you are processing. And there are many processing plants. You do a ton, 2, 3 to 5 tons per day, and service your state. You can even capture your state. At least the lowest state in Nigeria have just about 3 million population. That's the lowest state. So imagine having a potential 2 million markets ready for you. So it's high time you divest from real estate and also come to agriculture, because the food import bill is high, also leading to the challenge we're having in our FX, the exchange rate. So aside the wait Finances, which is a major challenge. The other challenge is theft. If your farm is not properly secured, people coming from the back to harvest your fresh fruit bunch. Theft. Other challenges is in processing. If you don't process well and the oil palm produces an odor, the palm oil produces odor. It smells. That is like if you don't process well, that smell will demarket it. There's some palm oil you get that, especially in the West, if it's not properly processed, it has this smell. It comes out with. These are some of the risks and production challenges we face. And the transportation, other challenge is high cost of fuel. That is, we already know that. Thank God to solar uh, technology. So you can invest in solar for some of the machines that solar can pick, maybe the ceiling, just a little of the machines. But the heavy duty machines, invest in probably a good generator to solve the power issue once and for all, because power can be a challenge if you're into processing. But if you're into production, you don't need heavy. Power is not really a challenge. Now, where can I get money for oil palm production? Where you can get money, Bank of Industry is there for processing, because you need a huge investment to buy the machineries and all. So the Bank of Industry is a good place to go to. And there are other grants and all that are there, which you can be guided on how to secure some of these grants. Get this money and you invest. The grants may come with condition, of course, because you have to invest it where you are in the business or enterprise where you used to secure the grants. So what is the next step you want to do after watching this video? You want to brainstorm, you want to think and make a decision today, right now, to invest in Nigeria and identify the value chain of interest to you. So what is the next step? Think, rewatch the video, then you need a business plan. You need to write a winning business plan. Aside for the purpose of using the business plan to secure funds, you need the business plan to guide you as a way to go, as a step, to guide your steps in the medium term, in the short term, in the medium term, and in the long term. So you need a business plan. Then you need some consultations. How do you get land? How do you get the right land? How do you pay for it? And how do you go about getting the right seedling and all? Now, I want this video to be as brief as possible. You can watch other videos on how to get funds. That's more elaborate. What you want to check also is insurance. Watch other video on how to insure. You also want to watch a video on how to go into contract farming. Just in case you don't want to be directly involved, how can you go into contract farming? Thank you very much for watching this video. Please like, subscribe, comment, and share the video. Do well to recommend others to watch various episodes. Thank you very much.